A 90-year-old does not have a cane. He does not have a cane. He is grown adult, definitely way past you. So he comes up to you and slaps you in the face. You're gonna punch the 90-year-old grandma in the face back.
If I was able to determine somehow that they had full agency, but this goes back to my internal critique to you, right? So I can demonstrate this. If a 90-year-old is attacking a 14-year-old, who do you intercede for?
I'm gonna go with whoever's stronger should walk away.
They're about the same strength, let's say.
Yeah, okay.
Then they're just gonna not do anything to each other because, well, a 14-year-old is way stronger than a 90-year-old.
They still can do something to each other.
A 14-year-old is gonna be way physically faster, stronger, more alert than a 90-year-old.
So then you're gonna intercede on behalf of the 90-year-old?
You better raise your kids not to hit a 90-year-old person.
Yeah.
No. The question is if the 90-year-old's attacking him.
Yeah.
The 90-year-old is attacking the 14-year-old kid?
Yeah.
The 14-year-old kid is probably stronger than a 90-year-old. He should walk away.
Girl, you don't believe there's consequences to your actions?
So essentially what you're saying here is like,
would you
if
punch
this
a
90-year-old
90-year-old in
has...
the face?
I'm saying if a 90-year-old punch me, I'm punching them back, is what I'm saying.
So I just want to make sure I got this right. If the 90-year-old
Like,
has full...
if they hit me first, I'm in the back.
Stop. Go ahead, Andrew.
Almost done with the exchange. Hang on. So what you're saying is that if the 90-year-old has full agency and the 14-year-old has full agency, and it's known that they have full agency, they're both... Neither one of them, right? Or I mean, actually, in this case, I guess the 90-year-old would have full agency and the 14-year-old wouldn't, right? Because he's 14. Mm-hmm. You would still say that the person with less agency then should walk away.
The one who brought up agency was you. I brought up strength. Who's stronger? You said they're equal strength. If it's equal strength, then it's a fair fight.
Well, then let's test this logic back the other direction then. So are you saying that if a man who is weaker than another man hits a stronger man, the stronger man should just take it?
If the stronger man could off the younger man or weaker man by hurting him, I think he should walk away. Like, that's just the strong thing to do.
Yeah, but anytime two men fight, that could be the outcome.
What do you mean?
Anytime, like a man who, let's say, is, I don't know, a quarter less stronger than me, who comes over and punches me in the face, could still kill me. Like, that could still kill me.
Yeah.
Even though they're weaker than I am. But you're saying for some reason I'm not allowed at that point to defend myself, or somehow that's a lesser man? I don't get that.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. If the strength is equal, fine, do whatever you want. If it's similar, fine, do whatever you want.
Well, what does similar mean?
If it's a woman who can lift 200 pounds and a man that can lift 200 pounds and they both do boxing, sure. Wrestle it out, who cares? But
do you realize that women can throw heavy objects at a man's head? They can grab dirks and daggers and pistols and all sorts of different things. They're not limited only to physical strength, but even then, that if a woman, perhaps she's wearing rings, but even then if she's not, that just a woman balling her fist and punching you in the face hurts, that actually hurts. It's not pleasant. Like, why is the expectation here that because it happens to be a woman balling their fist and punching you in the face, that somehow makes it not okay for the man to go, oh, okay, what's good for the goose is good for the gander? I don't get that.
Okay, but
Hold on.
No, he finished.
No. I'm sorry. I need to let the rest of the panel in on this. Go ahead.
I feel like it's okay for a man to hit back if the woman hits first.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking her and
the other girl.
The other girl.
I think it's like using your common sense. So if a girl hits a guy, like he should be able to defend himself. I wouldn't necessarily say like punch her, but defend yourself just to stop the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree that this question is really black and white, and in case the man really needs to defend himself, if it's some critical situation, of course he can hit back.
Yeah.
We have a chat coming in.
Mandivour donated $200. What in the Amber Heard is this biatch talking about? No arguments, just wants to be difficult. Makes me want to shit in my hands and clap.
Well, I'm gonna say the opposite. She was the only one tonight so far who made an argument to me, and for that I thank you.
Do you have a response really quick to the TTS?
No.
Okay. Your thoughts on this?
For one, you should keep your hands to yourself. For two, you should defend yourself always. And three, if a man and a woman get into it and the woman decides to put her hands on a man in an aggressive fashion, the man has a right to defend himself.
Sure.
And if he could walk away, and that's an option to walk away.
Sure. Okay. What about you? What about you? Or did you? You kind of gave your take, right? Or was that the girl next to you?
That was the girl next to me.
Okay. What's your take then?
I agree with her. If you already like anticipated to put hands on someone, be ready to get the consequences. Pretty much.
Okay.
If I were to slap a man, I would expect that he would slap me back. So.
And I guess I'll give my take on this. And I actually, Andrew, quick convo with you here on this. So I think a man is perfectly within his rights if a woman has struck him. He's within his rights to strike her back. Although pragmatically speaking, and well, just before I get to the pragmatic part, I don't think a woman should be surprised if she gets hit back. If you don't want to get hit, don't hit somebody. Very simple. But I think pragmatically speaking, Andrew, I think there's actually men should try to show restraint in this situation simply because there are certain ramifications and realities when it comes to the justice system where even if you have pretext and justification to strike somebody, there's potential criminal liability, there's potential civil liability, there's also optics. Even say you're a famous person and you're well within your rights to smack a woman back. Optically, society is not, there's enough people in society that they're going to view even self-defense towards a woman in some sort of objectionable way. But when it comes to the criminal component, there is a risk for men, even if you're doing self-defense. I forgot, there's a specific term for this, but when police come, and if there's a domestic dispute, doesn't matter who started it, they're just going to arrest the man. So for this reason, I think men should attempt to show restraint and try to walk away if they can, even if it's perfectly justifiable to strike back. Your thoughts on that, Andrew?
Yeah, so if you're just saying to me, Andrew, according to the current criminal justice system, it's not a good idea for a man to equalize force or use an overage of force to that which is used against him, I'll agree, right? Sure, under the criminal justice system, that's likely true. But that's really doesn't get to the heart of the morality or the righteousness or the rightness of the argument.
Sure.
Right? So the question here is, are you incentivizing people to attack other people without consequence by giving them a kind of social leg up? In other words, saying, okay, because this is not socially acceptable, these people can essentially attack you with impunity. And I think that that's how you get this lopsided justice system to begin with, which then favors one sex over the other because of this idea of chivalry and modernity, which I don't really understand why it's there now. If you want an egalitarian society, chivalry and law is silly. That's just done. That's not egalitarianism. That's just creating a privileged class who can attack another class with impunity. And that seems very silly to me.
Mm. Well, I mean, this would require like a...
Chivalry's dead because of conversations like these, no?
What do you mean?
Or like, can a man could kill me so much faster than I could kill him. So I understand what you're saying. It is not acceptable for anybody to be touching each other. I'm not, what was that one sentence that you just said? That I'm allowing myself to hit them, and so they...
Yeah, you're giving yourself a social privilege.
I'm not giving myself a social privilege because I just said that it's not okay for anyone to be hitting each other. But in the instance...
Yeah, but if they are...
In the instance that they're hitting each other, can you kill me faster than I could kill you?
Yeah, but I could do that with a weaker man.
But now our situation goes back to man or woman, not weaker man or stronger man. No.
Yeah,
Can a man kill a woman easier than a woman could kill a man?
Generally, yes.
Okay. I feel better.
Now, but just so you, hang on. I need you to understand, though, that that's not a really good argument, and I'm going to tell you why it's not a good argument.
It's okay if you don't think so, but I'm pretty sure I have other people that would agree with me.
Okay, but that's an argument ad populum. Doesn't matter if the whole world agreed with you, it wouldn't make it a good argument. I'm going to tell you why. It doesn't make it a good argument because all I would have to say back to you is, okay, right, but there's other men who are weaker than me, my same age bracket, this and that.
Wow.
And they can still hurt me or kill me even though they are weaker than myself, right? And nobody would say that I shouldn't be able to deter with an overage of defense, meaning if somebody attacks me, they punch me across the face.
You're putting it all together. You can't differentiate.
Hold on. You gotta let them finish.
Yeah, and I respond by hitting them so hard I break their jaw. I haven't done anything wrong. That's completely socially acceptable. People are like, well, you shouldn't have hit that guy in the face. You would have got your jaw broke, right? But for some odd reason, you seem to think that simply because it's a woman doing it, instead of a weaker man, that somehow they have some additional privilege to that because
I never said
because generally women are weaker than men.
I never said that.
That doesn't make any sense.
I never said that. I never said that we're privileged to hit men. I said it shouldn't be done in the first place. But if it was to happen, you keep on bringing it together, and I don't know why. You have to differentiate male and female. It's not about weaker men or men. It's not about that. It's about a male and like a female.
Yeah, I'm trying to show you an entailment. I'm trying to show you something. Like, for instance, here, let's do it a different way so I can show it to you this way. If a woman who is in your age bracket was 30% weaker than you are, and she punched you in the face, would you punch her back?
If she hurt me enough for me to get pissed off about it, because she's a woman and my age, she's getting punched back in the face.
Okay, well then do you tell me what the distinction is?
What did you prove?
If you hang on. If a man who you're associated with in some way, if you're 30% weaker than him and you punch him in the face, why is it now unacceptable for him to punch you? That's my whole point.
If I'm punching a man in the face, if a man punches me in the face, my jaw's broken. If I punch a man in the face, it will be like a slap, maybe.
You could break his nose.
Wow.
If the woman is 30% weaker than you, the same result could happen. That's the point.
No.
Yes, it could.
Men and men and women and women to women. I could fight a girl. Now she's on my playing field. I can't fight a man.
Then
I know, but
that's it.
But
you know that. Then
I don't understand why you're not getting this. Like I'm trying to make it really like super over the top easy here.
Yeah,
yes,
it's easy.
I agree with you in general that women are going to get the short end of the stick on average if they're fist fighting with men. It seems very silly. Obviously, for the most part, men are going to win those engagements. But if you say then it's because of that it's somehow not okay for men to hit women back.
Men could do better than this.
I don't know why you wouldn't. Hang on, I'm almost done. Then you can respond. I don't know why you wouldn't apply the same logic to if a weak woman attacked you. It's the same logic.
No, it's not.
Why? How is it not?
A weak woman compared to whatever you just said is not the same. Or you know what? You're right. People could think like you, but you would be on the weaker side of a man because a real man wouldn't be saying what you're saying.
A weaker person too.
They wouldn't be saying that. It's okay to hit a girl when you know that you could break my jaw. That's not okay.
I don't know why. You
don't know why.
So why do you get to punch
why either? It's pretty simple to me.
Well, why do you get to punch somebody weaker than you, but I'm not allowed to punch somebody weaker than me?
Wow. Well, you know what? You're a man. I'm not a man. I don't know. We have different things going on.